Activists in Ukraine have taken control of the police headquarters in the town of Gorlovka. The country's southeast has been overwhelmed with mass protests defying the coup-appointed government in Kiev. Artist Maria Finoshna is in the region and joins us live now. Well, Maria, it seems like the unrest is gaining intensity there. What more can you tell us at this point?
Well, another town of Gorlovka now joined the anti-government protests here in eastern Ukraine after activists there took the local police building. So far, in at least 10 different towns and cities all across this part of the country and in the south remain occupied by those who do not recognize the authorities in Kiev, calling them illegitimate, illegal and self-proclaimed following an armed coup d'etat. These people have been taken to the streets for weeks and actually months after President Yanukovych was ousted, and they've been trying to make their voice heard. But when it didn't work, they say they've decided to act, and they've started taking governmental buildings, including security and police headquarters in all over the region. They've been calling for more independence from Kiev, for a referendum, Crimea-style referendum, to be held in their big and important and rich region. But as a response, Kiev called them separatists and promised and actually launched a large-scale military operation against them. We see part of this operation that Kiev called anti-terror operation in the town of Slavyansk here in Donetsk region, with all kind of troops and units taking part, including helicopters and armored vehicles. Well, it was quite scary. To defend the buildings that they take, protesters form up their own self-defense units, and they're mostly made up of civil volunteers armed with handmade clubs and shields, but there are also police and army defectors among these people, and we hear that in several cities special police units known as Berkuts took the side of protesters as well. So these people have weapons, but mostly they're ordinary peaceful civilians who just call for changes. We have been able to speak to those who are now inside this building behind me. This is regional administration building in the center of Donetsk. During the night that was supposed to be the last night before Kiev's deadline expires, and this is what they told us about what they complain about and who they are.
There are no separatists. It's the Ukrainian people who came here. Even in the West, there are Ukrainians who support us, who are against the fascists themselves.
A terrorist is someone who came armed to someone else's house, sets it in chaos and demands recognition for this. That's our home. We are not terrorists and not separatists.
We think there was a coup d'etat in our country at the end of February. We also don't agree with the fact that the social standards in our country will be established by the EU and IMF from now on.
And that was Maria Finoshna I talked to earlier. Thank you so much, Maria, for this update. And she is keeping her fingers closely on the pulse of what's happening in the region there, and will bring us more on the situation.